They are willing to risk everything in order to get a bonus round of tax cuts for millionaires and billionaires. They are literally willing to stop everything, risk everything in the economy in order to get an extra tax cut. We don't care if it's paid for. It doesn't matter if it's paid for. It doesn't matter if anything else gets done. It doesn't matter national security. We're not going to take up the START treaty. We don't care about our relationship with Russia. We don't care about national security issues. We want a tax cut for our friends. Millionaires, billionaires, adding $700 billion to the debt. This is not partisanship. This is about common sense and what works. We have had a policy in place that has not worked. So why would we continue it?
Joining us now is Democratic Senator Debbie Stabenow of Michigan. Senator Stabenow, thanks very much for joining us tonight.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
There are reports tonight that House Democrats will hold a vote tomorrow on the middle-class tax cuts, letting the tax cuts for income over $250,000 a year expire, effectively calling the Republicans bluff. Do you expect that the Senate might do the same thing?
I do, Rachel. We have every intention of bringing up that vote, putting folks on the line, having to decide. In fact, it was interesting today on the floor of the Senate. A number of us were on the floor throughout the day, and Senator Schumer actually asked a Republican colleague today on the floor after he objected to extending unemployment benefits if they would be willing to accept extending tax cuts for folks up to $1 million but not beyond. And he wasn't willing to answer that. He was asked that several times. And so it's very clear what this is about. $700 billion not paid for, going on the national debt. A policy, as you pointed out in my comments earlier, that doesn't work, hasn't worked. You know, they've had this policy in place of extra tax cuts for 10 years, and I just want to know, where are the jobs? We've lost over 800,000 jobs in Michigan. If this had worked, I'd be on the floor fighting to continue it. But it hasn't worked.